Today we have good friend of me and Jeremy's. We've known this guy forever. We were stablemates at Kevin Bruni's camp back in the day. We've known each other since beginning of our amateur careers. We're talking with Hasim the Rock Rahman, former heavyweight champion of the world and one of the only men to knock Lennox Lewis the F out. This is our dude, our homeboy from back in the day. Let's get into it. Welcome to the champ and the chump.
And who's the chump?
You.
Me. Welcome to our show, people.
What up, Pop?
Margo.
My man.
What up, big old boy?
What's up, Jeremy?
My
Good,
man.
good.
Turn it down. What's up with y'all?
Man,
That's your reunion.
so wait, you're in Vegas right now?
Yeah, I've been here since 03.
Oh,
Damn.
3. Good Lord.
Yeah, I've been crossed over.
Why Vegas?
I mean, well, taxes, weather. Do I need any more reasons?
Dude, it's freaking 120 degrees in the summer.
Yeah, I normally be on the East Coast in the summer, but like 2 months. I normally be on the East Coast then, but the other months, I love it. I don't got to deal with no snow. I ain't got to get stuck. I mean, I don't really need to buy boots and winter coats. I'm good.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That shows how much you've grown up. Your first reason was taxes. Like, okay.
That's the biggest reason. That's the most important
Yeah.
reason.
There's no taxes in Vegas. No
What?
state tax.
Nah, I'm saying I was paying.
State
The
tax.
money I'm saving in tax, you could buy a house.
Damn.
So why would I pay to live in the state
Damn.
when I can live in the state for free?
Damn.
Yeah, but it's fucking hot.
And I'm saying that Jeremy got to be the craziest one living in California. Them state taxes is outrageous, and New York too.
Yeah.
Y'all got crazy. Y'all paying all that money living in these states. Like y'all could be living in Florida, Texas, Vegas, Delaware. No state taxes. I mean, I just don't get it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really pay all the taxes I'm supposed to pay anyway, so you know.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna say that on camera.
Yeah,
'cause-
I mean, I was just joking.
Hey, listen, but guess what? If y'all stuff jump off and you get highly successful and you paying a lot of tax, you paying millions of dollars in state taxes, hundreds of thousands of dollars in state taxes, you want to ask yourself, why am I paying to live here?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, that's true. I see that, but I'm on a once my kids are of age and they're going to college, I'm out. I mean, my
Where you
daughter,
going?
I don't know. I got to figure that out. But definitely I'm not gonna stay in California. I might buy some dirt in Wyoming or some shit. I don't know.
I don't think I could live in a different
Wyoming got good taxes too.
I know.
What do you do in Vegas? Like leave?
Wyoming, Alaska, they got real good taxes. So
Yeah, but so I mean, I know
I'm just not a fan.
But you like the
You know
heat?
what? Nah, I mean, actually, Vegas not really an outdoorsy spot. Everything is indoors. You know, like the heat is just walking to your car. I mean, walking in the building, in a casino, in a place, and everything is air conditioned.
That's true.
I don't be outside like that. It's really not. It's nothing really to do outside in the summertime anyway, unless you go in the gym. If I'm here for the gym purposes, it's just going into the gym and getting back in the car. So I can handle that. And I mean, every gym gonna be muggy and hot anyway. So you know that's gonna be that. But
are you still in the gym? You still working out?
Yeah, I work out every day. But I do cardio and weightlifting now. Like I'm addicted to weightlifting now.
You spar anymore or no more?
I will if somebody say something.
That's not sparring, bro. That's way around. That's different.
I saw a clip. I was talking to my wife about this. I saw a clip of you sparring your son, and you were going at him.
Because he said something.
What? See, I got 2 kids of my own now. I don't know if I could. I don't know. I feel bad. I don't know.
Yeah. Listen, this is what I always tell my kids, right? I say, look, y'all came out of my balls, and if you ever come out your mouth crazy, y'all can get it. It's that simple.
Why not?
No, it's kind of basic.
Kind of
I'm
big.
just saying because listen, right? Listen, the way I look at it is this, right? I always gotta humble myself to my father. I lived in that man's sack. You know what I'm saying? He's the reason why I'm here. Like, how can you? I mean, that's the person of all the people in the world you always got to be humble to.
Mm-hmm.
And I know, like it was an old saying, like I put you in this world, I take you out. I believe in that.
Yeah.
I do too, but shit, I don't follow that rule. My son is he's a smart ass when he gets riled up.
I ain't going for none of that.
Yeah.
How?
I know. Also, we'll be on the phone. We'll be miles away. I'm like, boy, if I you sit man, knock the shit out of you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When I see you, okay, I'm gonna hold on to that. When I see you, he gonna get 3 feet real quick. He gonna have his 2 feet, and he gonna have my foot in his ass. He gonna have 3.
How
Yeah.
how big is Junior now? How tall is he?
Like what you weight or height?
Both.
Both.
Probably like he like 6'2.5", like 230.
So he's like your size, basically.
Oh, okay.
He did what?
He's like your size. You were about that, right?
Yeah, like where I was, not where I am now.
What are you at now?
I'm exactly too much.
You don't want to say it? Say it.
Nah, because I'm saying you got to realize muscle weight more than fat. So what I am and what I look like I am is 2 entirely different things. But when you put a weight out there, people just listen to that weight.
I'm 255.
Woo!
You already know that. You already know. I'm saying
160.
you don't look 255.
I know. I'm just heavy.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't feel like I'm a big dude. I still look in the mirror and see the 180-pound dude that used to live here.
You work out? You work out?
I mean, I work. It's hard in LA. They're so freaking stuck on COVID and stay away and it's not so. 90% of the time they're closed, and the most I do is I knock out a couple push-ups and sit-ups, a couple hundred a week, but ain't nothing special.
Yeah, I've been doing pull-ups, dips. I've been hitting this weight. I'm trying to hit 500 pounds this year. So like only way I'm gonna do that is if I stay in that gym.
Yeah, well,
that's just like a little bucket list type thing.
What? I know you have a few businesses. What are you doing in these days?
Right now I got a real estate company. I'm real estate mortgage. I mean, I got a real estate brokerage in Vegas, portfolio real estate co-owner. That's been around for over 20 years in Vegas. Presently, right now, actually, we got closing tomorrow on a house. But what's been taking up all my time right now is I done jumped 100% into this PPE stuff, the masks, the gloves, the sanitizer. So it's been taking up all my time. I'm making sure that that's like been the best thing that happened to me in my life. This PPE, this COVID. So that's been really taking up all my life. Getting manufacturing, getting masks and gloves to hospitals, getting masks and gloves to different states. I'm not sure if we got something. If we can we probably sent a couple $100 million to California, if I'm not mistaken. I just got checked. But yeah, that's what I've been doing, this PPE stuff. So that's been taking up the most of my time. And I also got some fighters. We probably got about I'm like 20-25% owner of Prince Ranch. We probably got about 30-40 fighters. So I've been busy.
So like for our viewers, listeners, or whatever, we all met each other in Catskill, right? Hasim, you had just turned amateur, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
Jeremy was just turning pro. And well, I remember that about you though, Hasim. You were always smart, real sharp. So doesn't surprise me that you got a good business mind on you now. Life after boxing. So when you left Catskill, when you left Kevin, who started training you at that point?
I went back home to Maryland, and I got with this guy named James Morton. He actually was he had about 20 heavyweights at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, for me, I just felt like when I was in Catskill, Kevin really wasn't focused on building fighters to me.
Mm-hmm.
When you get a young fighter, Kevin told me, and I really want to approach him for this, but he told me, well, running's not that important. It's all in your mind. So, okay. So I wasn't really running and really training, but you have to run. You have to get yourself in the type of shape that's needed to withstand these punches. And I mean, now, once you're a seasoned veteran, okay, you don't have to run. You know how you be in shape, you be in boxing shape, and you know how to relax, and you know it all. But when you got a new amateur kid with no fights, you tell him you don't have to run, that's just crazy. That's a recipe for disaster.
I remember seeing you fight at the time. He was #1 in the country. He went to jail for like a rape or some shit. What was it?
Joel Scott.
That guy, yeah. And you came this close to beating him, and that was like your second.
I had him knocked out at the bell, if you remember, when the bell rung.
Yeah.
I was going. Yeah. How you remember that, Margo?
I remember, because I remember coming with you, and I remember like,
yeah.
We were chilling a lot, and you weren't there, Jeremy. I think you had already turned pro, but Hasim and everybody was impressed because
Jeremy was in Long Beach.
There wasn't that fight in Rochester?
It was.
No, it was in either Albany or
it was in Rochester.
Yeah.
You were at that, Jeremy?
I was at that fight.
No, Jeremy wasn't. No, you wasn't there, Jeremy.
How the F would I know about it?
I don't know.
Because it was just talked about.
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel like
I probably would have won that fight if Jeremy was there. Because, I mean, like, I wasn't getting, whatever.
What?
I just went, huh?
What were you going to say?
No, I probably would have got a little, I know Jeremy was very familiar with Joel, and we'd have been boxing. He probably could have been teaching me little things to help me win that fight.
Well, it was.
But,
Joe, he went to jail, prison.
Yeah,
he went to jail for he went to jail for raping somebody. He came home, and then he killed somebody. So he's back in jail.
So he just back in jail.
He's back in jail. I mean, when I see that recidivism like that, I just feel like they like it. They that's where they, and a lot of guys, that's where they are somebody. Like in this whole free United States, they nobody. Nobody. But in the jails, they somebody. They got position. They got respect in the jail. I mean, if you can have respect in jail.
Yeah,
for somebody telling you when you can eat, when you can do, when you can pee, what you can eat, what you can watch on television, when you can come outside. I mean, like, if you can have respect in jail, they are actually somebody in jail. It means something. They not the dope fiends that they are on the street. So I mean, most of them work out. So
so
they got little status in jail.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do it. No matter how much status I got. Question. And when we were fighting, our pro careers, what fight did you want that you never got?
Probably would have to say Mike Tyson.
Woo! Really? Damn. And how you think that would have gone? Like, I know you're gonna say you would win, but I'm saying, how do you think that fight would go?
How do you see it going?
I mean, I think I do think I will win, and I do think that like I always had a strong jab, and Mike Tyson, that's a problem for him. I can't like I wouldn't stand there and go toe to toe with him, but I would definitely try to outbox Mike, you know, and keep on the end of my jab, and then occasionally land right hands. But you know, Mike Tyson would be somebody who I think that's a fight that I wanted that I didn't get.
Really?
It would be Mike.
That's a what boom boom boom. What what would you do different in the second Lennox fight?
That's a good one.
Well, what I would do, like if we fought a third time,
yeah,
sure. I think I would just probably put a lot of pressure on Lennox instead of laying back. See, Lennox made adjustments to things that I was doing, and I really didn't make adjustments. I was just so like big headed about as soon as I hit him, he gonna go to sleep again. So I was just waiting. Like I already knew he was gonna win the early rounds. And what hurt me more was that I felt like I just knocked him out in South Africa. Then we got into a scuffle on ESPN, and I manhandled him. Like I felt like I was so much stronger than him. So
let me ask you: that scuffle was not bullshit. It was for real. Like it popped off for real. It wasn't staged.
Marco, you already said you know me, Marco. You already know I ain't gonna do no playing around with no grown man.
That's a good point. Yeah. I'm more asking to get it out there because I remember a lot of people thinking it was like WWF bullshit, and I'm like, I don't think it is.
I don't understand though. I don't wrestle with people. I don't do that. Like
that's what I'm saying.
That's just not. I'm not getting that close to him.
That's what I'm saying. There was no punches.
I'm not gonna be wrestling. First of all, I had a ring on. There was millions of dollars on the line for a fight, so nobody really tried to break their hand or be injured. So, I mean, I just felt like no punches was thrown because I just think everybody knew it was too much on the line to be throwing punches.
No, that makes total perfect.
Too much on the line.
Would you say
you break a hand, it's a wrap. The fight's over, no money.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Nobody, if at all possible, if you get into something with a lot of money on the line, you want to make your point without like mitigating the risk. You don't want to just really just like, okay, well, we just go street fight. You know, like I break my hand, he break his hand. Now we might not ever fight, and if we don't ever fight, the money is not gonna be there. So you know, regardless of what happened in the fight, I really don't see a loser in the World Heavyweight Championship fight ever. There's no loser.
Yeah, people
in that type of fight.
People don't understand. Like that's why I hate. That's one of the reasons why we're doing this podcast, me and him, because you know I did it at a low level. Jeremy did it at the really high level. People don't understand unless they've been in there, and you hear a lot of these commentators, a lot of these hosts or whatever, and they think they know, they think they see shit, but it's so different until you actually do it. You know what I mean? And it takes so much.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, you know. It takes so much balls. Like what you're saying is right. Who would you say was the hardest puncher, like that you felt had the most power you've ever stepped in there with?
It's actually two people. It was Lennox Lewis definitely could punch hard, and it was Southpaw named Corey Sanders.
Oh,
this Joker, man. I mean, I think he hit me so hard because, like, it was a left-handed. It was like he was dropping bombs on me from the wrong side, and it was just the guy looked like Magnum PI. So I wasn't expecting anything like that. And when you don't expect, like, you expect a big guy like Lennox to be able to punch. You expect certain guys the way they look to be able to punch. But this guy, man, you talk about looks of deceiving. This guy was, man, I was in there with him. Next thing you know, I was getting up off the ground. It would have to be like those two guys.
I was just telling Jeremy about Corey Sanders, and that fight with you and him, I think is underrated fight because that shit was crazy. crazy. Like Corey Sanders, like you said, man, he knocked out a lot of people. Even though he looked all like a porn star or whatever, like a '70s porn star.
Yeah, he's funny.
He can fight though.
But you know what's funny about that fight?
Yeah.
You know what's funny about that fight? And I'll never get credit for this, right? But actually, Corey Sanders was the WBU world champion at the time, and I took that belt, so I actually won that world title in that fight.
Mm-hmm.
So I was actually a world champion when I fought Lennox Lewis. But the crazy boxing business is when they want to give a title recognition and credibility, then they give it to them. When they don't, they won't. Like the WBO, for example, that wasn't really recognized until fairly recently, because when Tommy Morrison won that belt, they wasn't really giving it. He wasn't really recognized as a world heavyweight champion. You know, now they're giving this belt, WBO belt, is legitimate.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
like,
they give world titles credibility when they want to give it to them. You know, so but in my mind and in my story, the way I write my story, I don't want that title. That was my first world title. So I was a world champion before I fought Lennox Lewis in my story.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's from the WBU?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. I won the WBU title too. And nobody
Just a world title. So how you gonna take away from something or not recognize somebody for winning a world title?
Crazy.
That's crazy to me.
It's all dollars and cents, man. Whatever organization puts in the most money, they get the most.
Recognition.
Recognition.
I saw you say that Evander Holyfield was dirty. Let's just say it, right?
Oh, that is notoriously dirty.
No, I don't say he's dirty. I say he's the smartest fighter in the world.
Oh, that could be true too.
You also
he uses his head better than anybody.
But I feel like people don't know that about him, because people like that's not a known, unless you're a fighter, that's not a known thing about him at all.
Well, we had a session where we was all together, and you asked Mike Tyson, you asked Riddick Bowe. Riddick Bowe, I got a video. I was saying you that Riddick Bowe said, "Man, I see you every day, Evander," because he butted him and cut him in his eye or something like that. He got a little nick on his eye or whatever. But it ain't just me. Like guys, somebody like Evander who's really, really experienced and savvy, and he knows the business. So he'll butt you and then throw a combination to confuse the judges and the public. So if it's a cut or a bump or whatever, he'll make you think that it came from his punches.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's crazy.
That's smart. That's crazy smart too, though.
Yeah, that's why I say he's smart. He uses his head very well.
But it must
literally, figuratively, every kind of way.
But that must be angering too, though, because he's, you know what I mean? Like you said, you don't blame Tyson for, I don't blame him either. That must be real fucking aggravating.
It is. It is, because it is when you fight fair and somebody, and you think you're not in the streets, so you feel like people can't pick up this or pick up that. But if you use your head as a weapon, and you gotta realize for somebody like me, right? I ain't walking to the gym till I was 20 years old. All these guys that I saw them, like they was like, I look at them, they was the role models for boxing. Like this was the people that you wanna like emulate. This is what you want to be. You want to be a Lennox Lewis. You want to be a Riddick Bowe. You want to be a Evander Holyfield. And I don't mean be like them personally, but I mean accomplish winning a heavyweight title. That's what any heavyweight, when they get into boxing, they want you to accomplish that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, I get what you're saying. I know. So your whole total boxing career was what, 20 years?
Yeah, 20 years.
Wow.
I was just talking to Jeremy about when you and him sparred back in Catskill. I don't know if you remember this, and you put your hands down in the ring during the sparring.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
I had no clue, man.
He doesn't remember. Jeremy doesn't remember that because you were young and you were like you were just started, but you had a lot.
I was just didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, actually, I shouldn't have been sparring somebody like Jeremy because, like, for one, I hit too hard for Jeremy to really take it easy on me. Nobody gonna take it. If you got somebody who can just naturally punch, right? And then you got somebody who know how to fight. The guy who knows every time. And that's what happened to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I shouldn't have been in there with Jeremy Williams.
True.
I got no fights. Why am I in there with Jeremy Williams?
So you don't.
Jeremy Williams fighting. Jeremy Williams had just knocked out an Olympian.
So
why am I in there with him?
So you don't believe in the concept. So you think that if somebody could take it easy on you at that stage, it's okay. But you think you were too green to be in there with somebody who just won't take it easy.
I don't want nobody to take it easy, man. I just want to be in there with somebody like on my level so we can go and push each other. Iron sharpens iron, right? Me getting in there with somebody who I can't even hit. You know what I'm saying? Jeremy got defense. Jeremy got offense. Jeremy hit speed. Jeremy hit power. Jeremy hit everything. What am I doing in there with him? I don't even know how to fight. And then not only that, but the way I was really taught how to fight, I was told not to do any of that. Move my head. It was the Customato training. Now, instead of me trying to catch a jab or roll with a punch, it's all, now I'm trying to learn something new. At the same time, I'm in there with a killer. That's crazy.
I think I agree. And we've said this before. That style doesn't really work well for tall people. Like even me, I'm 5'11", 165. I'm a little tall for my weight. You obviously are huge for your weight. So I think that style it works way better for short, explosive fighters. But also, even with me, Jeremy will put me in there, and he used to do no headgear. I don't know if you remember that. Not Jeremy, Kevin will put us in, and he would do no headgear. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like, and at the time, it's an ego thing. He's like, you can wear headgear. It's for pussies, but go ahead. So, of course, none of us put it on. Yeah, that was, I mean.
What I'm saying is Kevin had a girlfriend. Her name was Alcohol, and that was just really, leading everything he did. That was his girl. We was just like something to do.
Yeah.
We wasn't a priority. We wasn't really on the list. We wasn't a priority. So it was just, okay, do this, do that, do this. Like, and if you really look at it, what he had, the crew he had up there, we could have all been world champions if we'd have been handled a little differently. I don't like the way they handled Jeremy's career. Yeah. I don't like the way they did it. Like, I mean, you just jumping out there. Like, I wouldn't be putting Jeremy in with prospect after prospect after prospect. I mean, of course, you got a young, talented fighter who won everything in the amateurs. If you go tell him he's not going to turn down a fight, but it's up to you guys, Bill Caton, to match him accordingly, match him right. If Jeremy was my fighter back then, he'd have went right into a world title fight undefeated with all knockouts. Or damn near more all knockouts.
That makes
85% knockout ratio. But when you put him in there with guys and styles make fights. Period.
Yeah.
To this day, and they always will. You can't just go in there thinking you're gonna knock everything out and everything gonna go your way. I'm gonna match my fighter the way where I know, put him in there with guys that I know he's gonna knock out, highlight real knockout, and we're gonna get the credit we need. I'm not gonna put him in there with boxers that run around. I'm not gonna put him in there with guys that can outpoint him. I'm gonna put him in there with people that I know he's gonna knock out and win.
No.
We're gonna build a situation like pretty much what they did with Tyson. So, but I mean, people do things the way they do it. I don't know why they do it, but it's easy to, after boxing is easy.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I would do it this way, or I would do it that way.
Seems like they had one strategy for everybody. Do it like they did Mike. Didn't work.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, like somebody like you was getting real knockouts early, you know. But I just think Bill Caton and Steve Lott, I just think they dropped the ball with your career. I think they put anybody they put in front of you going to accept. You know, you're gonna say okay. And that's the problem with boxing. They look at it like, okay, well, my ego on the line. Nah, this is a business. This your life. This your life. So, you know, that's not the way I move fighters. I would never do it that way.
So what fighter of today would Hasim Rock at 26 would fight some guy today that's fighting that you would love to fight today? Yeah. Well, you're 26 though. You're not 40, blah, blah, what we are. We're 26. And there's this guy, I want to fight him because I feel like it'd be so great, it'd be so easy, it'd be so this.
Who would you want to fight of today?
Yeah.
Your prime.
You mean like champions?
Yeah, any heavyweight of today.
Dude from the neighborhood, whatever. I don't care.
No, man. Listen to him. Truck. Truck.
You say Truck?
Yeah, what's up with your man Truck?
What Truck? Lorenzo Simpson?
I don't know. You used to talk to some dude named Truck on the phone for hours. I don't know who he was, but his name was Truck.
Oh, you know, it's a little middleweight, a little junior middleweight named Lorenzo Simpson. That's my son's. Well, that's Crystal nephew.
That's who it was. You used to talk to him for Truck.
No, he a kid. No,
I used to talk to some dude.
Truck been. Yeah, that's that Truck. I mean, you know, the streets got him bad. I mean, he half paralyzed. Dope fiend. So.
Well,
yeah.
I just brought the.
But my city was rough on guys. They weren't strong enough to really walk away from, you know, the morphine and the heroin, and it won.
Yeah,
and it's gonna always win.
Well, I'm sorry I brought the show to a screeching halt. Let's go back to the question: who would you want to fight in your prime, a heavyweight today?
I mean, I would have said Deontay Wilder, but since he's not a champ no more, it had to be Anthony Joshua. Probably I wouldn't want to fight Tyson Fury because, you know, like I've seen Tyson switch up and go southpaw. I don't think I could ever find a sparring partner that could really get me ready for him.
Mm-hmm.
So it would probably be Deontay or Anthony or both.
You do good with tall fighters?
With what?
You do good against really tall guys like that?
I don't, but I'm just saying, like, if you're really talking about fighting somebody, nobody else matters.
Yeah, that's true.
So you're not really giving me a bunch of it's not like it's 4, 5, 10 heavyweight champions. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I want to fight a contender? Like, I always want to fight the man, whoever it is. Like, it's a no-brainer to me. Like, it would have to be the champ. Why would I want to fight a guy like a contender that, he undefeated? So what? What does that mean? I can get my grandmother undefeated.
There you go. Damn.
So yeah, it would have to be. I hate fighting tall guys, and that's why I think this Bridgerweight, I actually like it.
This what?
You know, Bridgerweight. This new Bridgerweight they're coming out with.
I heard about that, but can you break it down? I don't really know what it is.
It's a new division the WBC created. That's between 200 and 220. No, between 190 and 220.
So it's kind of like heavyweight as opposed to super.
It's almost like it would be like heavyweight and super heavyweight, but the Bridgerweight is from it's still cruiserweight, but cruiserweight stops at 190, and then from 191 to 220 is Bridgerweight. So
are you saying Bridger?
What is Bridger? Bridger, like a bridge. Bridger.
So is that just the WBC or all the organizations adopted?
I'm sure all of them gonna do it. I'm sure all I'm going to do it, but somebody always got to be the pioneer. Somebody always got to start things off. So when they come out with this and they get a champion, and it's really if they had Bridgerweight when I was fighting, I probably would have campaigned there. Because I don't want to go up against these guys, Lennox Lewis and the Klitschko's and all that kind of. I mean, that's just so they use their height to their advantage, where it's not really a fight. The only way I would want to fight one of them guys, really, is they had like 10-foot rings, and that's what they should have, like where people can't run around and use the entire ring.
Yeah,
if they had 10-foot rings where you.
Oh, froze.
Gone.
Back.
Wait a minute. All right, what you say? Yeah, my phone keep ringing. What'd you say now?
Oh, I was gonna ask you a question, and this one, I want you to be honest if you can. Was there a fighter that you were straight up scared to get in there with? Like you were really
scared to fight?
Not scared to fight, but a fighter that you fought, and that as before the fight, it made you the most just scared, just to be straight up for real.
You talking to a guy who been shot 5 times, a truck flipped over on his face, then been in all types of like wars.
I understand.
So when you talk about just one man, I'm never gonna be scared to this day. Never gonna be scared to fight a man. Period. Okay. And if I ran into any of these champions on the street, I don't think they could beat me.
On the street?
I think they could either, to tell you the truth. I think that there's the level of fighters that are out there now they're not like the old school guys like us, man. We got so much more education in the ring than them. They fight, 5, 6, 10. They got 25 fights, and now they're trying to world title, and
they're getting world title fights for 10 fights. 3, 4 fights, they be ready. They be ready to fight for titles.
That's why when they tried to put Lomachenko pound for pound king, having 7 fights, that shit just infuriated me. I don't know about you guys, but I couldn't. You got to prove yourself. Don't no?
Yes,
I think he proved himself.
What?
But
7 fights?
I think he proved himself.
Shit.
The best in the world in 10 fights? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
I think he proved himself. I mean, when you put him in there with a guy like Gary Russell Jr. and he beats him, I mean,
that's
what more you got to do? He lost the fight. At that time, he lost the fight because the guy did not make weight. So he really, didn't lose the fight on fair terms. And he came back, and if it was another round or 2, I think he wins that fight. And then he beat everybody. I mean, the man whole entire career, amateur and pro, was impeccable. Even though he lost to Lopez just now, that was the only legitimate loss I give him.
I don't know. To me, when you look at best pound for pound, to me it has to incorporate what they've done and their body of work. So you look.
Well, who's your pound for pound? Number 1.
Canelo. Easy.
No, absolutely not.
He's beating everybody except.
How's that easy? How's that easy?
No, I'm saying to me easy because he has beaten so many superstars. He lost to one guy when Floyd, who was one of the best ever when he was young. To me,
okay.
like, you know what I mean? Like Loma.
Can I poke holes in your pound for pound?
Poke it.
Okay. For one, he'd been accused of the drugs, being on drugs. He tested positive for the drugs. Okay. Blamed it on some meat. That's number 1. Number 2, 3, and 4. He got suspect wins against Austin Trout, Lara, and Triple G the first time. Like, you can't put him number 1 over a guy like Terrence Crawford when Terrence Crawford been undisputed in the weight class, undisputed, and 3 divisions, 1 world titles. How can you put him ahead of Terrence Crawford?
My response to that would be, yeah, he did have suspect wins. He was going up in weight. He came back and he beat Triple G in that rematch, no question, right?
I said the first fight.
Right, but I'm saying he came back. It wasn't his weight class. He grew into it. Terrence Crawford is a great fighter. I'm not like he's dope. He can fight, but he hasn't beaten enough people. His resume is nowhere near what Canelo's is. And Canelo,
but he never tested positive for dope.
You're right. I didn't know about that. I forgot it. Yeah, that's
you know about it. You know about it. And anytime somebody do any doping, they automatically can't be pound for pound in my book.
No, you're right.
Yeah, in fact, to me, when you do doping in this sport, you shouldn't be able to get in the Hall of Fame. You shouldn't be able to be recognized as a world champion.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you did, they should do them like they do Barry Bonds and putting him in the Hall of Fame. You can't, and in fact, it's worse in boxing because you can actually kill somebody. You got people's lives that you endangering. So Canelo, because of the dope and because of the suspect wins, I mean, like it's clear to me that Canelo is an icon. He's so much of an icon that somebody gave him the fight when he fought Floyd. What the hell is that?
That's crazy.
One judge gave him the fight. Come on now. Stop it. Cut it out.
So your number one pound for pound now is who? Crawford?
Definitely Crawford. I mean, and to me, and I actually don't think Crawford is the best in this weight class. I actually think Earl Spence can beat Crawford.
I was about to say.
But just on the body. But I can't put Earl ahead of Crawford because of the body of work. He had 3 division champion and he was undisputed. Cleaned out the 140. Cleaned it out, hit all the belts. So, I mean, based on, and with no losses. None. Yeah. Y'all can say, well, you got one loss to the greatest at the time or whatever, but he still has a loss. He still has, like, Charles Crawford has no losses. And no suspect wins.
That's true. I mean, I would put Spence ahead of him because after Spence's most recent performance, because to me, it's all about the resume, who you fought. You know, you could be 50-0 and fought nobody of any kind of recognition. It doesn't matter.
You can't be 50-0. You can't be 50-0 and fought nobody and be undisputed.
Right.
Once you're undisputed, something Canelo never was.
Right.
Once you undisputed, you fought somebody.
You fought a few somebodies.
Right.
And then he three division weight champion, and you gonna say he never fought nobody?
To me, it's just much more impressive watching Canelo beat Koval. I mean, okay, forget about the drugs. If he took drugs, but that's true. But without the drugs, going up in weight, doing all that shit is impressive. But yeah, if he took drugs, then you can't.
It's not really that impressive to me. You know why? Because I think he was just that big all the time, just killing himself to get down in weight. You know, that's why he was creating all these different weight classes. I mean, y'all let this boy do whatever he want to do. You treat him like a spoiled baby. Oh, all these different catch weight. Canelo is primarily responsible for all that catch weight bull crap. You know what I'm saying? He been doing that. He was doing it.
Well, I don't think boxing should have weigh-ins the day before. It should be the day of, and that would knock all that shit out.
The problem with that is if you're doing it the day of and somebody don't make weight, you got no time to really salvage the show.
You got no show either. You got no main event.
Well, right. So if you got a guy that can't make the weight, with 24 hours, you can make a lot happen.
Yeah.
But 4, 5, 6 hours, then you bring somebody in, then they don't make weight, then what? You done lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
the reason why they would never do that is because television be involved. When you got television involved and you got everybody looking forward to this fight and paying for this fight, and you can't do it, what do you say? We'll give you our money back? I mean, you can't do that. It will never be that. It will never be same-day weigh-ins again because there's too much money involved.
I think we just bored the shit out of Jeremy. Jeremy doesn't really follow the current fight much, so I think he's sleeping over there.
I was, but what happened was I got woke up because you started talking about money.
Not boxing.
What was that?
What? Yeah, I don't know. I said you started talking about changes everything.
You froze, Rock.
Money.
Once you start talking about money, changes everything.
Yeah, that changes everything. Yeah. That's why they would never do same day weigh-ins.
Never, yeah. Makes sense. Shit. Yeah. They gotta get some. So question. Well, I'm a car guy. What kind of car are you driving these days?
They
Froze.
Can't hear you. Froze.
Heroes.
what day is it?
Oh, that's a slick shit.
What do
Sun,
you say?
what day it is? He has a different car for every day.
Yeah, what day is it?
He's getting vacation.
We're coming on Monday.
I mean, basically, I just be in my SUV the most. That's what I really drive. But I do got like a BMW and a Bentley, so I switch them up.
Well,
I think this year, into 2021, I'm gonna be starting this. We starting this television show, so I'm gonna probably upgrade to a Phantom.
what television show?
I got a television show that like it's gonna be on what we do, my businesses and stuff like that. And you ever see the show The Prophet?
No.
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna be doing something like that, but it's gonna be like in urban communities, helping them, bring value and capital to their businesses, take a part and help, bring it up, get it right. And it's gonna be I'm gonna start in Baltimore, but I got some businesses that I'm helping in Houston and all around. It's gonna be called Urban Champions. I'm going around to the urban communities and to help them get their businesses where they need to be.
That's great.
Good.
That's dope.
You never seen The Prophet? That's a great show, man.
Yeah. That's what we're gonna be. It's pretty much like I'm gonna be doing what Marcus Lemonis does, but Marcus would never going where I'm going.
Right.
Marcus won't do that. So the people that I'm gonna be helping, he would never go in to help.
What on a different topic, what do you think about the current like Tyson versus Jones and kind of like, and would you ever get involved in fighting now somebody your age?
I actually like it. I didn't really enjoy the fight.
It was whack
that much. I thought Roy made the fight a little dull, but I actually like it. And would I get back in there?
Yeah.
100%.
Damn.
Yeah.
Did it?
We interviewed Chris Bird last week.
Yep.
Chris is gonna fight at 60 again.
Yeah, I seen. I saw that.
What do you think about that?
I think it's suicide.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's suicide. And I'm gonna give you a couple examples while to give y'all my train of thought. Roy Jones, when he went up to heavyweight, when he came back down, he was never the same, because when you go up and weight like that, and Roy was never a fat guy, so what did he lose? Muscle, right? Muscle. So and Chris Bird attempted this already. He attempted to come down to cruiserweight, and I think he got stopped.
He said
at cruiserweight.
His excuse for that, we talked to him about it, was that he lost weight very, very poorly. He said he was like eating throwing up, and just really didn't lose. That was his reason for getting stopped.
Okay, well, I mean he gonna have to show me. I'm from Missouri, so he gonna have to show me that. So when you come down to 160 from 200 something pounds, you're going to lose a lot of muscle. You're going to lose muscle. So, and then you're going to have to do a lot of like running or cardio. And when you do that, cardio makes you lose muscle. And it makes you lose fat also, but it makes you lose muscle. And when you lose muscle like that, muscle helps you to be able to absorb shots also. So when you losing, I think you're losing your punch resistance too. So I mean, I just don't see it working. But I mean, I would love for Chris to be able to come down, and because I definitely think he would be, especially a 92 version of when he was in the amateurs, like that Chris Bird. If that could come back, he'd beat every middleweight out here right now, every one of them. But I'm just skeptical that he can just come back and be strong and quick and be able to take the the punches that these guys are giving. So if he got some new miracle way to lose weight and keep your muscle, I just
if you go to his Instagram, dude, he's at 60 now.
Yeah,
I saw him.
Yeah, so you see he's like ripped up, like, but yes, I know what you're saying, man. Like, to lose weight from 210 to 60, you're losing a lot of muscle with that as well.
Right. There's no way you're not gonna lose it. There's no way. There's no way you're not gonna lose
and a fighter
muscle.
A fighter like that relies so much on his reflex, and his that's the first thing that goes with age. So it'll be rough.
Well, is there any sparring on the Instagram? Is he showing you anything?
Nah,
nothing yet.
Is he showing you like
hitting the bag?
I mean, I'm saying that if you want to get yourself in the mix nowadays, social media, get in there with somebody or get in there with a middleweight. Pop up in their camp. Let look Triple G or this person, that person, go in there and school them. I guarantee you that'll do it. That'll go viral.
Yeah,
if you want smoke nowadays, you don't need commercials. All you need is social media. Go make a video, beating up some people at middleweight, showing them how sharp you are. If you want to do that, you can easily get the smoke. Easily, because the public will demand it.
No, you're 100% correct. You're 100%. So if you were to fight again, who would you fight? I know you said champ. I know that. Like how
I would love you talking about like I wouldn't fight none of these guys. I want to fight Evander.
That's not bad.
You already did.
That's who I want to fight. If you asking me who I want to fight, I would want to fight Evander.
Why?
I mean, because like certain people like got wins over me on my record, but they don't have wins over me in my book.
Okay.
The way I look at things,
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
So now the record is the record, but the way I live, who I am, I don't accept that. David Tua got a win over me. I don't accept that. He didn't beat me. I beat him. I beat the crap out of him twice actually, and they never gave me a win. They gave me a draw, and they let him hit me at the bell. They didn't give me 1 minute to even recoup. And then I was making a miss, and they stopped the fight. So I mean, I don't. That's not a win to me.
Who else?
That's a gift.
What other of those that aren't wins in your book? Which other ones?
Evander Holyfield.
Well, that was that. So that was that because your head was that a headbutt? It was a headbutt, right?
Yeah, it was a headbutt.
Damn. Did that? What was that? That was just fluid collecting.
Yeah, it was hematoma, but it was a bunch of fluid in there. It was the good thing about it is like my cut man was my little brother, who's actually an orthopedic surgeon. So he had me okay, but there's nothing he could do about it. But instead of me thinking it's blood, it's this, it's that, it's that, he let me know that it's okay. It's okay. You can be all right. It's nothing too dangerous. We're gonna be all right.
How long did it go down?
Man, about a month.
Really?
It couldn't.
Yeah, it wouldn't go. I went home. My daughter was scared to death of me.
I could be scared too, and I know you.
Why couldn't they drain it?
I mean, I guess they could have, but they said it comes down on its own. So why would you go and get it drained?
So was Holyfield? Did Holyfield have? What about him besides being smart? Did he have power? Was he fast or?
No. Listen. When I say he's smart, I'm just basically saying he uses his head very well. That's like a backhanded compliment.
Yeah, he's dirty.
I'm just saying he's smart because he uses his head. That's it. Not he's smart and intelligent. Everybody know he's a smart fighter. Everybody know that. Anybody who say Evander Holyfield's not a smart fighter, they just hate him. Period. I mean, you can't. In fact, Evander Holyfield probably one of the best fighters ever. I mean, this guy was undisputed at cruiserweight, undisputed at heavyweight, the only 4-time heavyweight champion. I mean, his laws are his laws. You can't take them away. And he's really a small guy. He fought at light heavyweight in the amateurs. So, and he should have won a gold medal then. but he got cheated out of a gold medal. True. So, I mean, you know, this guy, he the real deal. The real deal is a appropriate name for him. But I just feel like, you know, I was cheated in that fight.
Because why? Because they stopped it and the judges.
Not only because they stopped it, but because when he headbutts you, right? Now, if anybody ever been headbutt, right, it takes you a minute to get your bearings back about you if you get headbutted hard. Mm-hmm. So now, while I'm recouping from these headbutts, now he throwing all these punches that they might actually allow him to win that round.
Mm. So when he would land the headbutts, he would come in with his head down, right? And then get in the clinch and kind of go up with it.
I'm saying all you got to do is look at that fight. And I can send you some like the moments he did when he headbutted me. And then we come out the headbutt, it start growing immediately. Like, it's obvious. Now, the fight should have been stopped right there. And then it would have been a no contest. But you allow this guy to keep hitting me, and it's just, you know, boxing is really, you know, I love boxing, but I hate boxing also. Because, you know, somebody like Canelo can get anything they want. Anything they want.
What do you mean?
They pretty much call the shot.
Oh.
And then you got guys
dirty business, bro.
Thinking he pound for pound. It is dirty business.
Boxing is a dirty, nasty, don't want to see it fucking garbage ass business. And I say business, not a sport. Football, sport. Baseball, sport. Basketball, sport. Boxing is a business. And that's how they run it. And the boxers, the fighters themselves, are the least important motherfucker on the track. It's all about the managers,
unless you're Oscar De La Hoya or Canelo Alvarez or Floyd Mayweather.
Yes,
if you reach superstardom like that, if you can get that mainstream appeal, if you can cross over to the mainstream, which very few boxers do, if you can get to that point, you good. You can call all the shots.
But 99
all the shots. You can do what you want.
99.9% of us never make it right there. Half of
of course not.
So there is those people, but it's not us, it's not me and you. We have big careers in the sport.
But you know what? You know what's funny, Jeremy?
What's up?
You know what's funny? If you or I had our careers and we would live in England, we'd be superstars.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Yeah, England does it differently.
Derek Chisora, man, they make so much money. They sells out our crowd. They got sold out arena. I mean, Dillian White, all these guys ain't nothing special. And they got so much support. The problem with America is we spoiled. We got so many other different sports that, okay, boxing is, if we want to watch it out, we'll check out what we want to check out. But over there, they don't have as much sport. They probably got some rugby, some soccer, and boxing. Boxing is their main attraction over there. They love those guys. They love them. They support them. We don't get the support. And then, Jeremy, it goes even further for me and you, because as black men, we don't support black.
No,
they don't support black.
That's true, 100% true.
If you get a white heavyweight, American-born white heavyweight, that had the career you had the career I had, he'd be, oh my God, get out of here.
Yeah, no, you're 100%.
He'd be untouchable.
What do you mean by black don't support black? You mean that the black fans don't support the black athletes, the fighters?
100%. That's what I mean.
That's what I said. Black don't support black.
You ever go to a fight? Like, guys got to come up. Don't wait till he become a world champion. Like, I give you an example. My little homie from my town, Tank Davis. He a world champion now. So now everybody want to see him. What about him coming up? What about when he was fighting 4-rounders and 6-rounders? Nobody was coming to see him.
Yeah.
No, I mean, we need. That's why there's no money in the sport, because when guys got it, when guys coming up, okay, nobody coming to see them. That's why promoters is hard. It's hard.
And then you got guys like, I think Tank is fighting Ryan Garcia next. You got guys like Ryan Garcia who are building themselves through social media, right?
And when he fights, it's gonna be jam packed, and he gonna get money regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but also he's a Mexican fighter. The Mexican people support them, their people. They love boxing. They love.
I think Ryan Garcia is not appealing so much to Mexicans. He's doing the whole millennial YouTube and fucking whatever.
Yeah, the girls love him. The girls love him. You know, so
how do you see that fight going?
He with Tank?
Yeah.
Not sure. You know, Tank from Baltimore. That's my little man. Actually, I'm gonna tell you a quick story right quick.
Mm-hmm.
I was one of my homies. He was Tank big homie, and he came to me to turn Tank pro.
Mm.
So it was up to me. I turned it down.
Why?
Because Tank was 18, and I was just not a big fan of, you know, getting in there with them grown men at 18. I wanted him to win a national title or two on the senior level first, and show that you can be in there with the men, because he was killing the juniors, and I just don't want to. I don't want to be responsible for nobody getting hurt to try to make a couple dollars. So I wanted him to possibly either, you know, probably try for the Olympics or prove himself on a senior level.
Mm.
So, you know, but he wanted to turn pro, so he turned pro at 18. I'm not a fan of turning pro at 18. That's just not. Yeah, for me, that's not like. Well, now it's a little different because it's just everybody doing it. But at that time, I wasn't a fan of it. I thought that you know, it would be dangerous.
You need. I feel you. I feel like you need to grow a little bit. 18 is just too young. You start dealing with a bunch of adult situations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but grown men. I mean, I'm saying you could be better than a grown man, but he could be just that much stronger. And I just don't think at 18 you have your full grown man strength. And I wasn't going to be responsible for him getting in there with somebody that's just stronger than him. May not be better than him, but just stronger than him, and catch him with the wrong shot. And the career is, nobody would never look at him the same.
Mm. You know, also
like boxing is the only sport where if you take a loss, you'll bum. You'll bum. Yeah, if you get knocked out, you'll bum. You'll bum. Yeah. Come on now. Yeah. How? Like, I would never, like, for me, I respect anybody get in that ring. You gotta have, I respect guys who done got knocked out and came back and fought more than I respect undefeated fighters.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure that the undefeated fighter could come back from something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree with you, man. I definitely agree. You never know what's inside that energy the guy's got, man.
And I think it's a sport that you get better as you get older and get more mature. Because, right? Tell me if you agree with me. Boxing is 90% mental. You agree?
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
It's probably definitely. I mean, like I used to tell my little brother, right? He had a trainer, and then I started training him. So I said, listen, man, I'm gonna tell you right now, you never have a bad day. Once you step in that ring, you always get 70%. That's the bottom line you can get. I don't care what happens. You get a 70%. You can't go below 70% by just stepping in the ring, because it takes so much heart and courage to step in the ring. And then you got guys that's notorious. They call them like meat wagon guys. Guys that's opponents is brought in there to lose, to get knocked out, and they keep getting in that ring. Mm-hmm. You know, and they keep getting in that ring. That's I don't know what kind of intestinal fortitude you must possess to do that.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane to me. Yeah. That's insane to me. But they gotta have heart to do that. Then you got guys like a guy like Jeremy got both of us for Mo Wilson, Marion Wilson. This guy, I mean, he never tries to win, but he just tries to survive. And he does survive.
He's tough.
You know, I mean, what kind of heart you gotta have to get in there with? Like, if you look at this guy's resume, he done fought everybody.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, you know, it's the championship mentality in that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I got so much respect for boxers. Like, I think.
Oh, froze. Everybody froze.
You know, that's when I just look at it like, I don't really care what nobody. I got my own story. This is my history. Is history, his story, my story. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna tell it the way I want to tell it. And it don't matter what the records say. It don't matter what your opinion is. It don't matter what her opinion is. It matters what I think about me. And when I'm dead and gone, grandkids to say, you know what? My peoples did this, he did that, he did this, he did that. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he used to box.
That's awesome. I love the way you put that. Great
knowledge.
But yeah, definitely. So I'm let's close the show, man. I think it's been a great show, man.
Yeah, this was dope.
It's the Catskill reunion.
Woo. Word up.
What is going on with Kevin? Anything?
What Kevin?
Kevin Rooney.
You talk?
I know his son works for DAZN.
For who?
DAZN. Like Matchroom, DAZN, the
yeah, Matchroom. I just
the
talked
network. Yeah, I think he works. Yeah, he works for.
I emailed his son, and he's down to go on the podcast. And I thought about trying to get Kevin on it, but I don't know. He's a little bitter. You know what I mean? Like,
bitter about what?
He's like, last time I talked to him, I remember asking him. This was maybe 15 years ago. I was like, "Yo, have you talked to Hasim or Jeremy?" And he was just like, "I don't fuck those guys. Fucked me over. Why would I talk to him?" Like, he feels like any fighter who left fucked him over.
How did I fuck him over?
Any fighter who left him, he feels like fucked him over. Just because you're not still training with him. That's all. You didn't. Both of you. He said the same thing for both of you. And I mean, I just asked in general, has he spoken?
Well, I don't know what him and Jeremy. I'm not even getting into that. But like, I was an amateur fighter trying to learn how to fight. That's it. That's all I was doing. How did I fuck him over?
Maybe it was just Jeremy was talking about. This was a while ago, but
I think so.
But
that was money. It was no money involved with me.
Yeah.
So you had no fights with Kevin?
I had 2 fights with Kevin, amateur fights.
I remember you guys got into some like you got annoyed at him or something, or some shit, and on the car ride back you just were ignoring him, and he was, I don't know. I remember some story like that. Like after the fight, you guys got into something. I don't really remember what it was though.
I'm saying because like I come to the realization that why you got me? I'm up here trying to get training. Like, he should have had me up running 5 o'clock in the morning, doing this, doing that, weight training, doing this, doing it. Like, I got none of that.
Mm-hmm.
I actually feel like my time in Catskill was almost a detriment, a deterrent. Like, I didn't get any better being there.
Yeah.
Like, it was a waste of fucking time.
Yeah.
You know, I agree. Once I learned Kevin's shit, I was like, I'm ready to go. Like, you got nothing else to teach me.
I tell Jeremy to this day. Jeremy taught me how to fight. He taught me how to throw punches. Kevin wasn't really involved. Jeremy taught me everything that I knew.
He didn't hold the pads. Like, what did he do? Get on the wheelie? Get the fuck out of here. What the hell is that?
Man,
that's some shit that Cuss was doing anyway. That was Cuss' voice.
Right.
Do you remember the girl, Nadia?
What about her?
I don't know. Just what the fuck was she? What was her role? I don't even remember her role there. I don't even know.
She was the model.
Oh.
Let me explain. Let's explain this Nadia chick to the people listening. Nadia,
all you gotta do is tell them how they ever seen a skeleton.
How old do you think she
was? A skeleton with blonde hair. That's it. That's Nadia.
How old do you think she was then? Because she looked
Probably about 70.
Nah, but she wasn't. But she looked it. How old do you think she?
That's what I'm saying.
She's probably 40. Let's say 40. 40-ish.
She was. I feel kind of bad because she was actually kind of nice. She was a little weird, but she was nice.
You know what would be so ironic?
Hmm.
If her ass is listening to this podcast right now.
I didn't put it out yet, so.
Oh well, when she listens to this shit, she gonna be like, "Oh my god, that's how they thought about me."
Nah, I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. I've never had a bad word to say about her. I just thought she looked a little weird.
I love that woman.
No, she looked a lot of weird.
Yeah, yeah, she was.
You made love to that woman? That's terrible.
You said what?
Marco said he made love to that woman.
Do you remember Hasim? There was this dude in the gym, and he ended up hitting it, but he didn't tell us. And I remember we were all talking, and you got him to admit it. You tried to play it off like you wouldn't fuck with him. You're like, yo, tell me the truth. You hit it, right? It's cool. Don't worry about it.
Talking about Muhammad?
I don't know who it was, but the second he admitted it, all of us erupted like, oh shit, you hit that. You remember that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You remember that?
I wouldn't hit that with a bat.
But you skillfully made him admit it. Thought it was made him think it was safe to admit it, and then he got.
Hey, y'all need to get Muta on the show.
I don't know if that would even. Could he talk still? He had some issues back then.
Oh boy, I mean, if you get through the mumbling, you can get it.
I think he lives in Florida somewhere.
How would you know that?
Yeah, okay. I can get his number. I think I got his number for y'all. I can get his number.
Yo, shoot that. That would be it. We're gonna put a Winky on next week.
Winky, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my man.
That's the dude, my man. I've known him forever. Winky,
Yeah.
and then who else we got?
Montel Griffin.
But Montel Griffin's coming up next too.
Yeah, Montel, my man, too. Y'all got all my boys on there. They all my boys.
Oh,
that's your man. I know you should hate Montel though, Jeremy.
Yeah, I used to.
But, we're gonna get into that.
I want to know that, how does that feel, Jeremy? I mean, let me switch places with Jeremy right quick.
Go for it.
That's just me and you, Marco.
All right.
Now, how when you the man and from like 89, 90, 91, 92, right? And you beating everybody, beating all the top guys, beating the guys who I actually think didn't you beat the guy who won the actual winning gold medal?
Yes.
Yeah, right. So I'm saying you beat everybody, and then this little motherfucker midget come out of the grass, just out of nowhere, and just come and upset you in the trials. Like how? Like how did that make you feel?
Terrible. Because this what happened, and it got everything to do with politics. Like I beat Montel in the tournament, and so I was supposed to fight a guy named Terry McGroom, rest in peace. And Terry McGroom was dedicated. The guy I needed to fight him twice. I fight him twice or one more time, then I go to the Olympics. Montel, I beat Montel. Like let's say we had a 4-day tournament. I beat Montel on day 2, and then the day 4, whatever. So I win the tournament. Montel tells the Amateur Boxing Commission, "I'm gonna." This is what the story came to me. It could be different when we talk to Montel. That I'm gonna sue you if you don't make me the most noteworthy opponent. And so they say, okay, then you need to fight Terry McGroom, right? So then Montel fought Terry McGroom Saturday, and then on Sunday he fought me and he beat him, and on Sunday he had to fight me again twice. The whole tournament, I was the only, like say, we had all the champions in the red corner, all the challengers in the blue corner. I was the only one in the red corner to lose. Only one.
Crazy.
But 11-0. And then I had to fight him again.
The worst part about it, like if you watch Hasim, if you watch the actual like video footage, the way they even announced the winner is so heartbreaking. They go like, and going to the Olympics is just fucked up. Must have been crushing. I couldn't imagine.
No, I that day, Montel did beat me, right? So, but on the other side of that is I was looking just to knock him out. I didn't want to go through the thing. And he's slick and he's crafty and he did all that. So, and then I wasn't gonna win. I think the score was like 3-8 or 10 or some shit. Where I was like, it's fucking ridiculous.
That was no slouch though, man.
No, he can.
I sparred with Montel. I sparred with Montel.
Did?
That's crazy. That's my man. But we was in Vegas. We sparred together.
No, he's a good dude.
So.
Hey, don't get me wrong, but I just like because I was the team captain, the Olympic team captain that year, and I was a big mouth and talking shit and blah blah blah, and didn't follow the rules like it was. So they thought that was a better mix, and then
they wanted somebody more status quo, more fit the bill, and think they can do things more politically correct.
Exactly. So. Did he beat me the second time? Yes. Did he beat me the first day? No. But did he beat me to win the tournament? Yes.
But if they give you the win on the first day, he get no.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, last question, Hasim, is there anybody else that you ever sparred that you didn't fight, but you sparred that ended up, somebody of notoriety, like a real fucking great heavyweight that you would actually spar, but you never fought? That comes to mind.
Great heavyweight. I spar. I mean, like, I used to spar Sam Peter all the time.
Okay.
I used to stop him every time we sparred, every single time. Tommy Brooks came out to Vegas and said, I got you. I want you to spar my heavyweight. So I said, all right. So he bring Sam Peter, the Nigerian Nightman, in. I said, well, how many rounds you want us to go? So he said 6. So I said, okay. At the end of the 4th round, he quit. Look, every time, no matter what. Every time we spar, because I'm gonna tell you what Sam's weakness was. He could not take it to the body. Every time I touched him to the body, he wanted to quit.
I don't think Jeremy likes talking about Sam Peter.
No, you know what?
Let's move on.
Jeremy ain't worried about no Sam Peter. Jeremy, whatever it is, it is.
Yeah, I know.
It is.
Who else?
Let me see.
But I wish I would have known, motherfucker. I would have called you. What do you think about this guy?
I would have told you. I would have said, look, all you got to do is jab him, keep that jab on his body. You keep that stick on his body, he's going to quit. He can take them headshots, though. He can take the headshots. But if you touch that body, man, please.
Now you're telling
let me see. Let me see who I saw.
Oh, man. Yeah, but it's all good.
Let me see. Yeah, I don't know. I spotted so many people.
Okay.
Yeah, I spotted. I just I don't know. I just spotted so many people. It's kind of hard to really just go back and Layman Brewster.
He's a good dude.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of like champions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, cause I obviously I used to hire sparring partner. Right. Oh, Chris Ariola. I sparred Chris Ariola. And that's another guy. Dropped him to the body. Let me see. I don't know. There's a lot of guys.
Yeah.
But it was all just work. Because it's sparring, and sparring is different than fighting.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, definitely. So, definitely good.
Yeah, y'all gotta let me know when y'all get I'm gonna watch y'all with Montel and Winky Wright. They both my boys, man.
We said you broke up. What'd you say?
So I said y'all gotta let me know when they be on and Montel, both of them my dudes. So y'all let me know. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna check it out.
Let's do this again.
It was a pleasure talking to you, Rock.
Man, anytime. Whenever y'all in Vegas, man, holla, man. We do something.
Remember you said that, because I want you to pick me up with your Bentley. I ain't tripping.
Yeah.
Might be something big. I told you I might upgrade. So yeah.
You ever come to Brooklyn?
Hey, you still in Long Beach, Jeremy?
No, I'm in LA. I live in LA now.
Okay, okay. Because I was in Long Beach. I had a fighter. I was training this guy, Michael Hunter, and I stayed in Long Beach the entire for about 4-6 weeks.
And you didn't call me.
So
appreciate it.
I ain't had your number.
Man, I'm from Long Beach. Dude, just put the word out on the street. It'll get to me. That's my hood.
Okay, I duly noted, but I got the number now, so I don't need it.
You ever want?
So you one of y'all, hey Marco,
Yo,
I'm gonna come to your comedy club when I come out. When I come up there, because you know my wife from New York. So
I didn't know that. Where's she from?
Yeah, you know I'm not married to Crystal no more, right?
No, Jeremy just told me now. When did that end?
Yeah, that 5, 6, 7 years ago. I don't know.
Where's your wife from? What part of New York?
She's from the Bronx.
Okay, yeah. Next time you come down, yeah, come by, man. We'll have a good time.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely gonna reach out, man. And whenever y'all come to Vegas, let me know, man. We do something real good.
All right, cool, man. It's great talking.
All right, y'all take it easy.
We'll do this again.
Right,
All right.
Peace.